Hello, children. This is the second lesson of our science. The name of the lesson is the plant structure and function. So, first of all, we will recall what helps to easily identify the plants around us. So, from which structure we are understanding that this is the plant. So, the main thing that we understand the plant is its color is green in color. It has leaves. It has flowers. Okay, on it, and then it has a roots. Okay, so from this structure what we said that we say it is the living thing, it grows, and it is a nothing but it is a plant. Which are the various parts of plants? So if you see the parts of plant, first of all it has roots. First of all it has roots. Suppose this is the structure I will draw here. Okay, so this is suppose plant. Okay, and here it is, its roots are there downside. Then this is the stem. This part is the stem. This part is called as the roots. Then it has leaves. So these are the leaves. After that it has buds. Okay, suppose this is a bird. And it has flower, and some plants some plants have seeds too. Okay, so these are the plants or parts of flower, parts of plant. This is flower. Okay, this is bud. This is seed. These are leaves, and these are root, and this part is called as a stem. Okay, so these are the parts of plant. Next, what they told you: the root, the stem, the leaves. The root, the stem, leaves, flower, fruits, etc. are different parts of plant. Different parts of plant. We can identify the plant with these different characteristics. If these parts you can see, then we are understanding that this is a what? This is a plant. Let's now acquaint ourselves with these plants organ in the greater detail. Acquaint, so get more information about the parts of plant. Okay, so here what they told you: keep a moistened ball of crumped paper in a conical flask. Moistened ball of crumped paper. Crump means what? We have to crump it or make a ball of it, and what we have to keep it in a conical flask. Place some soaked moth beans and gram seeds in the flask. Afterwards, what we have to do? We have to keep the moth beans soaked. Means we have to keep it in water for some time, 4-5 hours, and these moth beans or gram seeds we have to keep in this flask. Okay. Now after that, the paper and glass wall. Between the paper and the glass wall we have to keep it. Observe and note the changes the seeds in 2 or 3 days. What will you see? So after 2 or 3 days, what happens? The seed gave sprouting. Means it sprouts. The part that grows from inside the seed towards the soil is called as a radicle, and the part that grows toward the soil above the soil is called as a plumule. Okay, so here is the picture, and in this picture, if this is a sprouted seed, okay, and this part it is growing towards the ground, so it is called as a radicle, and this is the green color part which is grow above the ground, it is called as a plumule. Okay, this sprouting, what happens? Because of sprouting, what happens? It gives the radicle and the plumule and plants grow. Okay, the root that forms from radicle, from root what it root is formed from radicle and grow into the ground. Okay, so root is there, it converts into radicle grows into roots. The root is thick near the ground and gradually tapers and or pointed in. If you see this picture, you will notice that this is the part up which is touches the ground. So this part is what? It is thicker, and as you go down you see that it is thicker part becomes tapers, and what happens? This is the tapering part. You see it, all the branches are also what happens? It is tapering towards the end of the root. Now, and see here, tapering towards the ground, the root is thick near the ground, and what happens? Gradually taper to a pointed end. So it gradually what happens? Taper to a pointed end. This part of the plant growing below the soil support is called as a roots. So this part is called as a what? Root. Roots of some plant produces secondary roots. Okay. So what they told you? Roots of some plants. What happens? They are producing secondary root. If you see the picture, this is the main root, and these are the secondary roots, and these are the secondary roots. These are the, this I shown with the this different color. It is, these are the secondary roots. Okay, that grows obliquely and spread for a while in the soil. Okay, they grow obliquely in this direction, and what happens? They spread inside the soil. Okay, in this direction. This grows towards the ground. Okay, vertically downward, but they are growing in this way. Okay, next, spread far and wide in the soil. Roots support the plant. This type of root is called as a tap root. Okay, so this is the tap root, structure of tap root. You see in the picture, it is what? It is, it has only main one root, and afterwards it gives projections, and these are called as a secondary roots. Its structure is what happens? It is thick towards the ground, and what happens? Thin towards the what? When it tapers towards the end. Okay, now roots of some plants produces secondary roots, and that we seen that these are called as a secondary root. Now roots bear the hair-like processes near the root tips. Okay, if you see the picture, if you see this picture, then you will notice that this has some more roots. Okay, and these roots have a what? The root cap. On these roots have root cap for the protection of root tip from the what? Any obstacle. So what is told here? The roots bear hair-like processes near the root tip, and these are root hairs. So if you see this picture, you will notice that here are the root hairs. So these are the root hairs, like hair-like structure is there. So it is called as a root hairs. Then root hairs, root tip is delicate, very delicate. It is very delicate. So it will, if something will, what happens? Hit on it, otherwise something happen, it breaks. So this is the region of the growth of the root, and from that growth tip, what happen? Root hair, the root grows. Okay, and it is delicate. The tip is covered with the cap-like structure. It is called as a root cap. The root cap protects the root tip from the injuries. Suppose this is a root, so it has a cap-like structure on it, and due to this, what happens? It protects the inner root tip. It is what? It is the growing part of the root. Okay, so it is protected by root cap. The root cap protects the root tip from the injuries. Now next activity they gave you here. Take a glass jar and fill the 3/4 of water in it. Okay, place the onion of so afterwards what we have to do? Place the onion on the mouth of the jar in such a way that its roots are towards the water. If you see in the picture, in this they put the onion in the jar, and its roots are there towards the water they keep. And after some days, what we have to observe this. So growth of the roots, observe the growth of root after how many days? After 8 days. Thread-like, fiber-like roots arise from the stem, and these are called as a fibrous root. If you see in the picture, the water level becomes less, and these types of roots are grown in the second picture, and what happens? Its leaves also grown. Okay, so this type of root, okay, it is called as a fibers. It is like a fiber. Okay, so the difference between this root, it has a main one root, and it has a secondary root. But if you see the picture here of the fibrous root, you will notice that these are have what different roots are there. They grow from the onion, and this type of root is called as a fibrous root. Thus there are two main types of root. First is the taproot and another is the fibrous root. Dicotyledonous plants have taproot, while monocotyledons have the fibrous root. Okay, as you know that dicotyledons means what happens when we open the groundnut seed, then what happens, it forms a two parts. But if you try to open the maize, otherwise jawar, then what happens, we cannot make the two parts from these seeds. So these are called as a monocotyledons and these are dicotyledons. Okay, so dicotyledons have which type of root? That is the taproot. Dicotyledons taproot. That is important, underline it. Dicotyledonous seeds have taproot, while monocotyledons have the fibrous root. Okay, now next again they gave the activity. Sow seeds of plant like mustard, sorghum means jawar, maize like corn, pea, coriander, etc. on an earthen pot and cultivate the plant for 8 days. Once the plant grow 15 to 20 centimeter high, uproot them. We have to uproot it, and carefully, what we have to do, carefully while the soil is moist, and put them in gently in the large conical flask containing water, and the soil get washed away without any harm to the roots. Observe root carefully, see which part have the tap roots and which have the fibrous root. So you have to observe these types of things inside it. Now means this type of which plants have the tap root and which type plants have the fibrous root. If you observe, you will notice that from here what they told you, they dicotyledons have taproot. So which plants from this have the dicotyledons? For example, mustard seed is what? It is dicotyledon, so it has taproot. Sorghum means our jawar, its roots are fibrous root. Maize also fibrous root. Pea means the pea beans are there. It is also dicotyledonous plant, so its root is taproot. Coriander, its root is also taproot. If your mother is taking coriander at home, you just observe its roots, you will understand it is a taproot. And so from this, sorghum and maize show the which type of root? Fibrous, and remaining shows the taproot. Okay, now we will see one video which shows the taproot, structure of taproot and the fibrous root. Okay.
When we look at most plants around us, we see the parts of the plants that grow above the soil. Do plants have other parts as well? Plants are able to stand tall and firm because of this part of plant called the roots, which mostly remain under the ground. There are two main types of roots seen in plants. Some plants have taproots, while some have fibrous roots. Carrot plant is an example of a taproot. A taproot forms when one main root grows from the base of the stem and many other smaller roots grow from this main root. This main root keeps growing downwards and goes deeper into the soil. Other plants that have taproots are bean and beetroot. The fibrous roots are seen in plants like grass. In this type of root system, numerous roots of the same size grow from the base of the stem. These roots grow sideways in a bunch and do not go very deep into the soil. Some plants that have fibrous roots are onion and wheat. Roots are a very important part for plants. Look at this boy trying to pull out a bunch of grass from the soil. He tries to pull the grass, but the plants do not come out easily, and the boy ends up lifting the pot. This shows that roots of the grass plants are holding them firmly in the soil. Thus, the roots function to prevent the plants from being uprooted by fast wind and flowing water. Now look at this boy digging holes in the soil. While making the holes, the boy removed the roots of some grass plants. After a few days, he noticed that the plants whose roots were removed dried up and died. Can you think of the reason why the plants died? Roots absorb water and minerals for the plant from the soil. In the absence of roots, the plants could not get water and died. Roots of many plants such as carrot, beetroot and radish also help to store the extra food made by a plant. Now we all know how important is the roots to the plant.
After this video, we will see one more video of germination of seed. From that you will understand that from seed how the shoot and the roots are grow from the plants. Okay, so observe this.
What is germination? When a seed is sown into moist soil, it begins to grow. This process is called germination. It occurs in the following steps. The seed coat splits. A tiny root grows downward and a shoot grows upward. This produces a seedling of a plant, which ultimately grows into a new plant. After some time, the plant bears flowers. The flowers produce fruits, and the fruits have seeds in them. All seeds can germinate when sown in moist soil under suitable conditions to produce new plants. By natural or man-made processes, these seeds are sown into the soil again, and that is how new plants are born.
In this way, today we saw how the plants grow from a seed. After that, types of roots inside we see in the taproot and the fibrous root, and tomorrow we will see the different types of roots inside it, adventitious and modified roots. And today we will stop here only. So all of you, bye. Okay, thank you.